Alright, let's see what we have to do today. Die inside, buy ice cream, get a life, add multiplayer. You son of a bitch! Welcome to Rec Center Devlog 5. Or 6. I don't know and I can't count that high. So far we've made this, and much more. And now, today, we're gonna bake some more lights. But we are going to make a clothing system today and tackle my biggest hurdle ever, multiplayer. Let's do this. What the actual fuck am I doing with my life? This needs to stop. So the first thing that I did was make darts because all good locker rooms have darts. I made a dartboard which I violently ripped apart and a dart which I didn't have to rip apart. I put both of them into Unity and set up the dart and then stitched back together the dartboard, and after setting everything up, it is very, very good to play with. Just as long as you don't throw it at the wrong angle. As you can see, here is the result. And now, I have a problem. I don't know anything about making clothing for games, so let's do some research. So now I'm practically a fashion expert. Cool, but now I have another problem. I don't know how to make clothing in Blender. Why the f*** am I putting myself through this? Alright, let's add multiplayer to the game. That should be fun. Alright, let's do this. What can possibly go wrong? So that was stupid. Apparently adding multiplayer is just a bit more complicated than I thought. But we're gonna come back to this later. Why the f*** did I just waste 3 days doing this shit? Please send help. I don't know what the f*** I'm doing. I'm a depressed piece of shit. Now after that lovely little incident, I got to work on the clothing system and now it works like a charm. So, multiplayer and the clothing system are pretty much in my computer cycle right now. Nice. This shit sucks. I'm gonna make that very plain for you guys. But there is one thing we can do. So, sorry Quest users, but I'm hoping to release this game on Steam Player and the Steam page for the game. I gotta pay $100 to put my game on Steam. Let's f***ing do this. So after calmly resolving the issue with Steam, I finally got the app fee needed for this. But then I had to fill some taxes out. Stuff like this. Now, I could just fake it and everything, but then I would be in legal trouble with Steam, and I don't want to be on the wrong side of the support team. So this is all I filled out, and we're going to come back to this another time. So after we got permission to literally make a Steam page where the heck we want, I started by following another tutorial from Devlog on how to set up the backend of the multiplayer using netcode for game objects. Now, it took me a good chunk of time to do this, because I don't know anything about networking or anything about multiplayer, but I followed along the tutorial and it kind of works. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah. So after a couple days, I was able to get it to work properly. Wait, what the fuck? So that took way too long. Anyways, I put it over to the main scene and I'll figure out what the code is here. Yeah, we have, this. I am numerator. More like, I don't know what the f I'm doing. Get out of here. This is a cry for help. Alright, gamers. So far, we have multiplayer, with some bugs. Taxes for the Steam page. I'm still got to fill it out. Come on. Whatever this is. Oh wait, it's still multiplayer with more bugs. I hate everything right now. But right now, there is a problem. Right now, I can't tell who's who in the game, because the game is not linked to Steamworks yet, because I need to have a Steam page. And this is kind of essential. So, what is the solution? Well, if you remember from like literally earlier in this video when I said this, I don't know anything about making clothing for games. I don't know how to make clothing in Blender. So what is the solution to this problem? Well, here is my solution. Ta-da! Now you might be wondering, what the fuck am I looking at here? Personally, I don't know what I'm looking at either, but it's jersey. Yeah, it's a jersey, okay? It's just a plain jersey. It's a plain white jersey, and it looks terrible. It looks like a piece of good stuff, huh? Now, is it just me? Or is that jersey looking kinda normal, actually? Damn. These jokes are getting old. So I did some quick code to let the jersey have different colors, and it now works like a charm. Wait, what the fuck? So some of the values are wrong, but I fixed it up and it works much better, god damn it. So after I fixed it again, it finally works, and it now works way better with the multiplayer. Yeah, as you can see, it is now on prefab, so our character is no longer naked. In fact, it was incredibly simple to set up. All we need is to assign a random shirt color whenever you spawn with the player, and then you assign it to the server and the client, and there you go. Shut the fuck up! So do you know what makes games fun? Proximity voice chat. It's always a good time with the women and the men.
Staring in?
It was actually pretty easy to set up the voice chat compared to most games. I got something called Meta Voice Chat. It's definitely not Meta based. It's not from Facebook. Okay, why else would I get it from them? It was incredibly simple to hook up. All you need to do is hook this up to this, and you're good to go. It works like a charm, I think. So now that we have voice chat and multiplayer, oh wait, I still need to fix that. Let's forget about that for a minute. So I made a radio in the previous devlog to play songs in the game. Now you're probably wondering, how many songs did you make for it? Well, I made one. And then I made another one and another one after that. It's called Aka's Tape. Now you're probably wondering, what the fuck is Aka's Tape? I don't know. It's a cassette tape. Here's what a cassette tape looks like for you Gen Z people. I don't know what the fuck. Doesn't look like I know how a cassette tape works. No, I'm fucked. I'm genuinely fucked. So then I decided to place new sign-up posters all over the fucking app because I hate everything. And I also made... Wait, what's this? Yo, let's check this out, huh? Let's go. Shut the fuck up! So I hopped into Blender and made a plane that would be used for a new disc golf, except it didn't. It's too large. It's too large. What the fuck? So I adjusted some of the sizing and it works much better. Oh wait, it takes too long. Yeah, here's the current sizing of it now. I'm probably not gonna keep this, but it's still cool to mess with this kind of stuff in Blender because Blender. What else are you gonna do about it? It's Blender. What do you expect? Aka, weren't you supposed to finish the multiplayer? Wait, what the fuck? So I have a confession to make. Y'all probably don't know this, but I have a standalone headset. A Oculus Quest 1 from 2018 to be exact. Here's what it looks like. I've been using this headset to playtest my game. I happen to have it connected via a link cable to my laptop for you to even register it. Well, the link cable sends data through a software called Meta Horizon Link, and it turns out my drivers are completely fucked up and I cannot do any more work with this. So in short, my laptop is saying, get the fuck out to the cable's input whenever I try to playtest, I get a black screen on it. Oh yeah, and two, somehow, don't ask me how the hell this is even possible, my laptop got a system update that lasted 3 days. 3 fucking days, god damn it. Ah! So now I'm completely off track here, I'm actually fucked. Nice. But I do have a solution. We can use something called virtual desktop, which is basically what Meta Horizon Link does, but completely better and wireless. So we can actually use this instead, and I can actually adjust any settings in need to help my laptop send proper data back and forth between that and my headset, which is pretty what we need. So let's boot this up and we're good to go. So we can finally get back to working on the multiplayer, and I need to bring this up. Remember when I said that the multiplayer code is a piece of shit? Well, I'd be right, it really is a piece of shit. Turns out I'm not really stupid, and I don't know anything about networking or multiplayer. but there's one person who knows. Kira. So let's ring her up and see if she can help us out.
Hey, what? Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Are you serious right now, bro?
I guess we gotta go to plan B then.
What the fuck?
We finally have Steam Works. That means we can make games for Steam now, which I am really excited to do. I started by doing a new game and called it Rec Center. Done. And then I received an app ID and a couple other packages, and we started by setting the operating system to Windows, and then I started in setting up the Steam page itself, and then set everything up for English and set it for multiplayer, and then I started messing with tags. That didn't really go too well, did it? Yeah, no, it did not. So then I continued to set up the Steam page, drop in some assets that I made like literally a day ago, and then set everything up, and then agreed to everything. Said no one ever. Oh shit. Anyways, now I continue to set the page up and finish dealing with the tags finally, and then set all the system requirements up along with making sure everything works. But the good thing, they at least give you a checklist so you can check stuff off your list whenever you finish everything. I still had to take more screenshots, so I hopped back into the non-Steam version of the game to take more screenshots, which you can see here. After taking some more screenshots and doing some adjustments, I set everything back up and sent a review request to Joy from Steam Support, and just like that, we are now in the queue for them to review our page. And now I have to figure out how to build the game. Thankfully, using this tutorial, which I will leave in the description below, from OralDev, I believe that's how you say your name, but I'm probably gonna get roasted in the comments anyways. I was able to get a build from Unity to the game itself. Go check it out. He has some good stuff regarding how to put your game on Steam. Super helpful information, by the way, along with the Steamworks documentation. And just like that, here is the Steam page in action. Now, it's still a work in progress, but I'm super happy with how this turned out. And now, we have figured out today that we are absolutely terrible at multiplayer coding and networking. We are also terrible at, I don't know, more multiplayer. But we set up a Steam page today, and then we asked Kira kindly to help us out with the multiplayer.
Hey, bro, say wallahi.
Are you serious right now?
Along with making a Steam page for the game, which means we are one step closer to getting this game finished. Now, if you check the description of this video and there is no link to the Steam page that you can wishlist it, then Steam might not have approved it yet, so check wherever you can. That's all from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. Go join the Discord server for this. Link in the description as well. Subscribe or beat your goddamn